Welcome all. Today let's discuss about multiple sequence alignment or MSA. I was told that there is already a presentation done for sequencing alignment, so I will not cover it but cover some point. Sequence alignment is the arranging of DNA, RNA or protein sequence as may be the case. These sequences could be obtained from the in-house project or downloaded from the repositories. By arranging these sequences, we try to find out the regions in those sequences similar to or dissimilar. Thereby, we could visualize that whether these changes in the sequence by mutation or how these sequences are related to each other. It will help us to find out functional, structural or evolutionary relationship between various sequences. Depending on the interest, but we cannot get these many information just by pairwise alignment. Hence, we have to do MSA. What is MSA? MSA is alignment of 3 or more sequences. When you arrange 3 or more sequences, you would be able to know the relationship between the sequence, and hence you would be able to understand their evolution or phylogeny. Differences or gaps in the sequence alignment would point out the mutation. They could be insertion or deletion, or in bioinformatics we call them indels. Such arrangement would give a historical perspective in the origin and the development of the sequence. MSA is based on the hypothesis that all the sequences are related, means they all could be tracked back to the same common ancestor. So there is the typical result of MSA where when sequences are arranged, so you could see that there are regions of similarity and there are gaps. These similar amino acids are in the same column. With the gaps, you could see that there are many or maybe some indels. Why we do MSA? Why we do MSA? We do MSA because MSA is more accurate compared to the pairwise alignment. In pairwise alignment, we only align 2 sequences. In MSA, we align 3 or more sequences. Then, so more the information, more the accuracy, and more the accurate is your result of your prediction, because these analysis we usually predict what could be the outcome. We could see conserved areas which indicate the importance of that region. Normally the region of utmost importance to the protein function are usually conserved. They could be active sites, binding sites, structural elements. Then there are sites with higher rate of mutation or fast evolving site. These sites usually link to the adaptation and importance in survival of an organism. These sites showed that how over a period of time an organism is involved. Using these information, we could be able to find better target for biochemical or functional analysis, drug designing, and to predict the molecular markers. Also, we could build the molecular phylogeny and understand the changes in a particular sequence over the time or species, whatever the variable we choose in our results. I have shown you here a typical output of multiple sequence analysis. Here is a output of ACE protein of various coronaviruses. This currently is the hot topic. So you could see that there are regions or blocks which are conserved. Mainly we have 2 kind of regions or block. The conserved block, where the alignment is the great, we have almost similar alignment, and then there is a variable block where alignment is very poor. So algorithm of MSA is written in such a way that they try to increase the conserved block and reduce the variable block. The reason is, as I mentioned earlier also, the hypothesis behind the MSA that all sequences are related. So these all they evolved from the common ancestral protein. So when we do MSA analysis, there are some terminologies which we commonly use. The first is homology, that is related to common ancestry, and it is known as quantitative term. It is not quantitative term. So homology is not a quantitative. We just say whether they are related, homologs or non-homologs. Then comes the identity and similarities. These are the quantitative terms. Identity means exactly matches. Similarity means how much identity plus similar matches are there in a particular sequence. So if you could see this example where we had compare these sequence of the 10 amino acids. So here you could see the identity is 60%, similarity is 80% because 8 are same, and homology is there. Yes, they are homologs. As I already told that MSA is important, here is another example why we not just go for the pairwise alignment. So by looking at this sequence, can you tell whether there is an insertion or there is a deletion between these two sequences? Certainly we cannot answer this because we need more information to draw some conclusion. We need some more information. So for MSA, multiple algorithms have been developed and every one of them has its own pros and cons. Here we will discuss mainly 3 of them. The first one is exhaustive alignment or full dynamic programming or FDP. FDP is actually work by examining all possible alignment among all the sites for all sequences. Then it selects the set of matches on the basis of their quality score. So here you can see that there is a dot plot which is made by this sequence, and the diagonal line is being made for the matches, and then these diagonal lines are connect with the adjacent line by creating gaps. But the limitation of this FDP is that only 8 to 12 sequence can be aligned, and if you have more than 8 to 12 sequence, then this will not work properly. The next algorithm used is progressive sequence alignment or PSA. This was coded by Feng and Dolight in 87. Before 1987, alignment of more than 8 sequences to be done manually. It is used in more commonly program, and the most common MSA program is Clustal, where this algorithm is being used. So what is done in this is that they add one sequence at a time and see the alignment. So now the problem in this is what would be the sequence of alignment? What is the addition order? So which sequence, if you have multiple sequence, 10 or 12 sequence, which sequence you will put a first and which sequence you put the last? So what they do, the solution in this, that they first align the closest sequence and then they progressively add more and more distant one. So how it is done? It is done in a 3 stage. The first one is a pairwise alignment of all the sequence using FTP, where they pair all the possible combination of the input sequence. On the basis of the percent differences, the matrix is being created. You can see that they had done a sequence analysis of the possible combination, and then percent of difference. On the basis of their percentage of difference, they created a matrix of distance, and on the basis of this, they generate a guide tree. So following the guide tree, they start arranging the sequence as per their differences. So though less the difference, close the sequence. So here, as per the guide tree, the sequence is aligned. So first A and B is aligned with the line, E with F, I with J, then A and B are aligned with C, then G, and then so forth, so on. So now the question is, what if there was a gap when you align the first 2 sequences? What happened to that gap when you keep on adding the sequence? So this is the drawback of this program, that once a gap is created, it is always kept that gap, and that gap is carried over until the final result came. Another problem is we have some highly divergent sequence. So these are some sequences which have very high mutation rates, so they are highly divergent to other sequence in alignment. They may be somewhat matching with some sequence, while with others there is a very high degree of difference. and they could create a false gap in the sequence. So what this program is done, that it adds those sequence at the end. Now here you can see the sequence H is highly divergent. So it maybe has some similarity with EGF sequence, but maybe quite high variability compared to ABCD or IJK. Then it will skew the resultant data and the false gap created. So this is added at the last. Now another important point in this to understand that the guide tree which is generated in the process of MSA, that is not actually the representation of phylogeny of these sequences, because it is generated before the sequence are fully aligned. So it might be changed after the refinement. So it is a crude tree. Now the scoring, how the scoring is done. The scoring is similar to the pairwise scoring that you might have learned in the normal alignment class, but as the sequence kept on adding, the sum of the pair is used for the MSA. So as the another sequence is added, the new scoring will be added. And similarly for the gaps, there is a penalty for the gaps, and it could be of two types. The first is the opening penalty, where the gap is created and that penalty, and another penalty is a Y penalty, or the penalty for the extension. So if the gap penalty is X for the opening, Y for extension, then if there is a 4 residue gap, then it could be X plus 3Y, and if it is a 12 residue gap, then it could be X plus 11Y. So next common program which is used for MSA is a muscle or multiple sequence comparison by log expectation. It is more accurate than PSA and more sophisticated, and also little more complicated. It also has 3 stages similar to the previous one. That first it count the k-mers on the draft MSA. First it create a draft MSA, and then it start counting the k-mers. K-mers are the number of nucleotide pairs or the number of nucleotide region in the sequence. It could be the 1 mer or 2 mer, up to 5, 10 mers could be there. So it count that sequences on draft MSA, and then it develop a better guide tree based on that draft MSA and realign the sequence. And it keep on re-examining the gap by refinement and random alignment of the guide tree, and then compare it with the full MSA. And if there is an improvement in the score, then it accept that score arrangement. So it keep on doing. So it's quite complicated. It's image representation here. Those are the first 3 steps. The first is the counting of MSA, then the distance calculation using UPGMA, and then creative progressive alignment. So it's beyond the entire explanation is beyond the scope of this course, and there may have been other programs developed. So this has been done. So there are other programs also developed for MSA, and they will all serve a specific need on the analysis, and you can go through of this. These are 3D copy, D-align, mask, prime, T-copy. So depending on the 3D structure or some motif for the phylogenetic structure, so these are the programs are done. So at the last, in the summary, the alignments are created for nucleotide or amino acid sequence. Alignment is the starting point for any sequence related analysis. MSA programs create columns of homologous characters. Alignment is consist of variable and conserved block, and MSA program tried to maximize the conserved block and minimize variable. MSA is the best source on the hypothesis that all the input sequence are related.